In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at the Adjustment Brush tool in Affinity 3. The Adjustment Brush tool lets you automatically add an adjustment layer to your Layers panel with the corresponding adjustment you chose. So it's by default accessible from the Pixel Studio, and it's to the left here with all your other tools. And when you choose the Adjustment Brush tool, you can choose on top of here which adjustment you would like to apply. So let's take exposure, for example. And then when I hover on top of my image, you can see this live preview of what will happen when I add this adjustment. And now I can just brush on top of my image like this. And as you can see, it will add a new layer here. And when you release the brush, you will also get this adjustment window where you can still tweak your adjustment to your liking. Now, let's for example take brightness contrast. These are two adjustments which you can choose from. If I hover on top of my image, you can see that I'm now using the brightness. If I want to take the contrast, I just hold my Control or Command key and then I get that option. And then I can swipe like this and you get this window again where you can tweak. You can, for example, also take a curves option, which if I swipe, adds a curves adjustment layer and gives you the curves adjustment window where you can tweak it to your liking. And then if you do not want this adjustment window to appear after you release your brush, when you brush, hold down your Alt or Option key before releasing your mouse button, and then you will not get this extra adjustment window. Now you can change the opacity of your brush on top of here, but you can also just press your numbers on your keyboard. For example, 7 will put it to 70%, 5 will put it to 50%, 1 will put it to 10%. You can also change the opacity of your layer by holding down the Shift key and then pressing your number key. So Shift 7 gives 70% and Shift 8 gives 80%, just like that. That's also an option you have. And if you want to erase from the mask you made, just hold down your Alt or Option key and then you can erase from your mask, as you can see here as well. Now there are also adjustment presets. And to get these adjustment presets, we're going to go to Window, Pixel, and then choose Adjustments. And this opens up the pre-made or presets of adjustments. And you can click around in here. As you can see, there are several adjustments which you can choose from, like this. And then when you want to add this, you can hold your Alt or Option key, click it, and this will add an empty adjustment mask. And this empty adjustment mask lets you apply the adjustment to the place where you want to apply it. So for example, let's apply it to the sky, like this. Because it's in an empty layer, you're able to do this. You can also just choose to apply it as a whole. So let's make that one invisible and then just go to Adjustments. If I just click it without holding my Alt or Option key, it applies it to the entire picture. And then you still have this window where you can adjust things the way you want them to be. But this is how you can use the Adjustment Brush tool to easily adjust your brightness contrast or use a preset and all those things. It comes in a new layer, so this is totally non-destructive. We can disable these layers and we get our picture back the way it was before we added these adjustments. So easy way to have non-destructive adjustments to your pictures in Affinity 3. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.